The first criminal case in the disappearance of a Forest Hills 8th grader 40 years ago is headed to a potential trial. A judge ruled there is enough evidence to send the perjury case against a Caledonia man forward. News 8's Susan Samples reporting that prosecutors say this case isn't just open, it's active.
Brian and Sue, evidence of just how active this case is. This morning's hearing had barely ended, and I saw the prosecutor lead more potential witnesses in for closed courtroom testimony. The judge bound that perjury case against James Frisbie over for trial, and this morning's hearing revealed a new name in this case, Steve Osborne, another potential person of interest in the murder of Deanie Peters.
He initiated contact.
In a Kent County courtroom, a reminder of why what happens here matters so much, why investigators are determined to find out what happened when 14-year-old Deanie Peters vanished from her brother's wrestling practice at Forest Hills Central Middle School in 1981.
We know that Miss Peters' mom and stepfather are still alive, and our hope was to find Deanie while they're still alive and give them some closure.
Assistant Prosecutor Kelly Konski said in court she doesn't know who killed Deanie Peters, but what she does know about 61-year-old James Frisbie, a Caledonia sign shop owner.
He certainly is trying to hide something, and I think the actions he takes and the statements he makes show consciousness of guilt, that he was lying under oath because he did not want us to find out what it is he knows.
Konski said Frisbie, testifying under subpoena in June, perjured himself, denied he ever said he suspected his longtime friends Steve Osborne and Kyle Fate in Peters' murder. Fate, who died in 2008, had dated Deanie Peters, and a detective testified Frisbie pointed the finger at Steve Osborne in a 2008 interview with deputies.
And he also stated Steve Osborne could have killed her and strangled her. What do I know? Freaked out. Mr. Frisbie stated that I've been with that Steve Osborne in other instances at people's house, and he went back after we left and pushed his way on these girls. That was from his 2008 recording.
When he comes in for his investigative subpoena, he clearly minimizes any and tries to lead us away from suspecting Steve Osborne or Kyle Fate in this murder investigation.
Detective Paul Van Ree also testified phone records showed 6 phone calls and 200 texts and emails between Osborne and Frisbie in May and June, starting just after Frisbie learned the investigation had been reopened. Van Ree said Frisbie then deleted all but 2 of those 200 emails and texts after his June testimony. Frisbie's defense attorney argued his client had a poor memory, not an intention to lie.
I don't know why he would say those things.
He's mistaken. Could it be that he's just plain mistaken?
I don't know.
And he doesn't recall something, whether it's 19 years ago or 12 plus years ago?
I don't know his memory, sir. I do know that during the investigative subpoena, he stated he had a good memory.
The detective also testified about a jail-recorded phone call between Frisbie and his son.
His son got on the phone and told Mr. Frisbie that Steve was not in jail, and he stated, Steve ratted you out.
His son said that to him?
Yes.
And what was the defendant's response?
He responded, how do you know?
It's significant to me that there is that lengthy pattern of false statements summarized in Exhibit 5. Not just one, but a lengthy pattern.
Frisbie's case now goes to circuit court for possible trial. No way to know right now whether that will ultimately happen. It should be noted that we reached Steve Osborne by phone today. He said he had nothing to do with Deanie Peters' disappearance, never met her, and never raped nor strangled anyone. Back to you.